John Dondero here with Nerd Nation Magazine. We're here with Doug Bradley, the most iconic, that guy.
There's another one in the mirror there.
There's two Doug Bradleys. We have the front of Doug Bradley.
Run for the hills. It's not safe, I tell you.
We have the front of Doug Bradley and the back of Doug Bradley in one interview. First time ever. How are you doing today?
Good. Yourself?
Good. I'm doing great. It's a great convention this year.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we're just honored to be here talking to you. You play one of the most iconic horror villains ever.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
There's the big three. Well, four. You got Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, and Pinhead.
Leatherface.
I'm not. No, I know.
Go and tell him?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
I have actually been choked by Leatherface.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I would include
Leatherface. So it's the five.
For me, Leatherface is kind of the granddaddy of the modern era in a way. You know, I remember seeing Chainsaw Massacre when it first came out, and it was so far out of left field.
It was
for me. You know, I mean, it was coming out as Hammer was still making, you know, Dracula AD in 1972 and stuff. Yeah. And it really for me started a new role of horror movies. Comes out as The Exorcist and The Omen are coming out as well.
Yeah.
Mainstream studio horror films, but
it was
Chainsaw Massacre kind of snuck under the wire on us. You know?
It did create a new genre of horror. I mean, it was just like the slasher and stuff like that.
There's no slashing going on.
Yeah, a lot of chaining.
But there's no blood and no gore in the original.
In the
Chainsaw
original?
Massacre. No.
My God, you're right.
Not on screen.
Not on screen. Yeah, I just realized. I'm thinking back, because now when I think about Chainsaw Massacre,
I've seen Gunnar lots and lots of times at conventions. You know, he sits back very relaxed in his chair, and people come up and they go, "Oh my God, Mr. Hansen, I remember in your movie when you did this to that girl, and you did this, and you chopped her, and you cut her." And Gunnar sits there and says, "No, you didn't." Yeah. "Yes, I did. I seen it. I saw you when you did." No,
they're all thinking about the remake. And that's what I was sitting there thinking. I was like, wait a minute, that's not the original, the remake. Because I did like the remake when they remade it. It was good, not as good as the first, but I thought they did a good job.
I did, but that's
but that's just that's neither there. We're not here to talk about Leatherface. We're here to talk about you. Yeah. So.
But enough about me. Let's talk about my movie.
Yeah, let's talk about your movie. Do you have anything new working on?
No.
No?
No.
That's boo. I don't like that. We want to see another Hellraiser.
Okay.
We want you to come back.
Okay.
Because Pinhead is one of my all-time favorites. You're both a villain, a good guy, and a neutral guy.
Angel to some, demons to others.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the one thing I love about Pinhead. You just never know which way he's going to go. Up, down, good guy, bad guy, kind of neutral. Just, I don't care. Do what you want to do. But when you first became Pinhead, did you think it would become what it has become?
Well, so there I am at Cricklewell Production Village in North London. This was my first movie. And I'm playing a character without a name who's covered in foam latex, who is going to be on screen for, I think, not 10 minutes in the entire movie. I'm being paid union minimum rates to do it. If they paid me any less, I was an extra. So as I was sitting there having my makeup applied on a cold Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't generally thinking, you know what, I think in nearly 30 years' time, 28 years from now, I'll be standing in a ballroom in a splendidly appointed hotel in North Carolina, in those United States of America, discussing this movie.
I know.
No, absolutely. What did I have to get excited about, really? You know.
Well, it did. You became the center focus of like the rest of the films. It was all about Pinhead.
And it's a curious thing, I think, because although without question, Clive loved the Cenobites, and putting the Cenobites on screen was a labor of love for him, they were not the focus of the film.
Yeah.
What I became aware of reading the screenplay, preparing for the movie and shooting the movie, of course, is that Pinhead isn't the monster in the horror film.
Yeah.
The monsters are Claire and Frank, and really Pinhead is a kind of impartial judge in the whole process. And
Yeah,
he's not a moralist, and he's not a boogeyman waiting around the corner to stick the stiletto blade between your ribs.
I think you are like one of the few horror monsters. They're not actually the monster. That's what I love about Pinhead. He's there, and when he's there, it's going to be bad. But it may not be bad for the wrong people.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's always going to be bad. But.
And he's not. I don't think, or I hope he isn't, a sympathetic monster.
He's not.
Like Karloff's creature monster in Frankenstein movies writes the book on sympathetic monsters. I didn't want to make him sympathetic, but you're drawn into him. I think. I think it's know more, but you don't really, particularly in the first film. Although the Cenobites arrive and they give this kind of mission statement of what they are, we're so who are you exactly? We're Cenobites. Okay.
Yeah.
We are explorers in the further regions of pleasure. Okay, we're angels to some, we're demons to others. They tell us a lot that explains nothing.
That is awesome.
At the end of the movie, we still really don't have any clear idea who exactly they are and what exactly they're about.
They did go into a little bit of your character. You were an explorer and you found the box and all that.
Well, that came later.
Yeah, they did. Because the sequel is when you...
Hellraiser started that backstory. Yeah.
I love all of them. I can watch all of them over and over and over again. They are truly some of my most favorite horror films.
But the first movie is very much kind of a closed circuit as far as the Cenobites are concerned. You take them as they are, and you don't get beyond that.
Yeah, and you don't really. Yeah, no one knew. It was like,
no.
But I think that's what made them so awesome.
Well, the things that are most that are the scariest are the things we can't name, the things we can't explain.
The fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Shout out to Nerd Nation here with Doug Bradley. Thank you so much for having us.
Hello, Nerd Nation. Keep on nerding.
Follow us at Nerd Nation Press on Twitter and Nerd Nation Magazine on Facebook. Thank you so much for coming out. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor. You are a great guy, and we hope to see you again sometime.
I hope so too. The nerds shall inherit the world. Remember that.
All right.